You know, you have got characters like Emmanuel. You see, Emmanuel tells a lot of lies.
Which Emmanuel are you talking about?
It's Emmanuel I'm talking about. He tells a lot of lies.
What's up? My name is Ken Bimbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
When you say target, I've talked about some of the matters that we discussed this evening. When you say target, are you saying the perception that is being created between the New Dawn administration and the Zambian people is a form of an orchestrated target?
Precisely so. What you are seeing is relentless effort by, of course, the opposition and a few other stakeholders that is hell-bent on trying to create a perception that this regime or administration is very corrupt or is extremely corrupt, so that then they know that the Zambian people abhor corruption, so that they can find a way of, in their wild imagination, get the people of Zambia to be angered towards the government and maybe go towards, regime change in the next general elections. So what you're seeing is an orchestrated and relentless attack on the government, trying to create that perception, trying to create that. So they are using malicious lies after lies. You know, you have got characters like Emmanuel. You see, Emmanuel tells a lot of lies.
Which Emmanuel are you talking about?
It's Emmanuel I'm talking about. He tells a lot of lies.
An example?
An example is that, look, if there was a country... if there was
which Emmanuel are you...
Let me tell you, if there was a country that was called a lie and its citizens were liars, Emmanuel would correctly be an ambassador of lies, because the man sits to propagate malicious propaganda. He's the one that is totally in charge in terms of churning out this malicious propaganda against individuals, against the government.
You are just giving an example.
Yes. So I can give you an example for maybe on myself. You saw 2 weeks ago or so, there was a letter purportedly written by Mr. Sitali that I had gotten 13 million kwacha from Treasury, and purporting that they wrote it to the Secretary to Cabinet. But when you go to Secretary to Cabinet, no such a letter arrived there. They even put a phone number there of the so-called whistleblower in Bopen. You call that number doesn't work. Just being malicious, so that they create an impression that we are very corrupt. And this Kawana went to the Ministry of Finance and was given 13 million kwacha. How can Ministry of Finance give an individual 13 million kwacha? But all that was done by Emmanuel to deliberately try and malign myself, for example, and many other people that he has done that to. But, it will not work. I think the country now is very aware that Emmanuel is a liar, and he tells lies. Even when they see what he posts, they can tell that these are lies.
I'm still trying to understand your discussion. You keep referring these accusations, or as you are putting it, an orchestrated agenda by some opposition and other elements, and Emmanuel name that you keep referring to. It's an existent name, or it's just an example that you're giving?
It's an existent name. Emmanuel is a name, isn't it?
Which Emmanuel are you talking about?
Emmanuel.
Just like that?
Yes.
This person seems to be quite powerful, according to how you're putting it.
How can a liar be a powerful person? He's a cheap skirt. There's nothing powerful. That's a liar. That's a guy that tells lies.
Your comments,
an ambassador of lies, anyway.
Your comments that you are putting out, Mr. Kawana, is synonymous with what the UPND Secretary General just did give us today, where he said UPND has charged that there is a orchestrated campaign by some opposition elements to paint the New Dawn administration as being corrupt, and just how you are putting it. Now, I want us to be on the same page as you are making these accusations. I want you to give an example. Of course, you've given yourself as an example.
I can give you another example.
You've given yourself as an example on how you felt that you were wrongly accused.
Outrightly malign.
All right.
An accusation is different because sometimes an accusation carries with it an element of truth. Allow me to finish
this question, Mr. Kawana. You've given that as an example. Of course, we'll be able to delve into the FIC report and you also in the news as being associated with this report one or the other, and I believe that's part of what you've said. But I want us to relate to the opposition and their agenda on how they're trying to paint the government very corrupt, in line with some of the issues that have happened that questions the integrity of the New Dawn administration when it comes to the anti-corruption fight.
For example, you have an MP calling a press briefing and maligning 2 senior members of cabinet and claiming that they have received $200,000 in this account, this one received $500,000 and so on. Figures. And this is a member of parliament speaking from parliament ground where they are holding a press briefing. And the character says, I have evidence. And he dares anybody, and even says, if they don't resign within 24 hours, I'm going to review the evidence. Like a photo on your court case, isn't it? Characters in court, and now he can talk. He has no evidence. Purely maligning. So the Zambian people must be able to see how at one point they were gripped with this bad feeling that their ministers are so corrupt that they are receiving kickbacks. And the one saying that is an MP who is outrightly, blatantly lying through his teeth. No iota of evidence, nothing. Just maligning people. And you see, those are people that have come over the years, that have built their reputations, nationally and internationally. And they won't allow you to come and destroy their reputation and go scot-free. So they've taken the character to court. And now he's in court, because he doesn't have the evidence. He was lying. And this is what the Zambian people ought to see, that what they are doing is alarming the situation by telling lies, so that the Zambian people can now begin to believe that this administration is corrupt, when in fact not. So it is people like that MP, people like that Emmanuel, the ambassador of lies, they are on this orchestrated propaganda to maliciously malign people, including the government.
As these accusations or orchestrated agenda, borrowing your words, is being made, is government shaken?
No, government remains unshaken, because you see, government stands on truth.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.